I remember I was under the water, and as this girl's thighs were around my neck, I knew I was going to literally die from having no oxygen under the water. I thought this was the end of Bubba. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So this story all takes place back in my grade 5 year. Now, in grade 5, I was just a basic elementary schooler, and I was just a really calm and random dude. And by that, I mean, to be honest, I didn't play any sports. I wasn't known for anything, and to be honest, I was just that nerd guy with glasses that kind of was just there. Obviously, a lot of people did know who I was, but they never put like a label to it until this one certain day came around. Because I remember there was a time where in my grade 5 year, the teacher ended up walking in front of the class, and she said to us, "Okay, class, so if you guys don't know, we're going to the swimming pool and we're going to be doing swimming lessons for our next PE class. So everyone, make sure you guys bring your swim trunks and sign the waiver." Now, when I first saw this, I didn't really complain because, well, back when I was younger, my dad used to teach me how to swim all the time. Obviously, I wasn't like any like Olympic professional, but I was good at swimming. So obviously I was excited to do this unit because, well, it was something that I was actually able to do. Like, if my life really depended on it, then I could probably swim for like a good while. Even to this day, I'm still a pretty good swimmer. But I remember back in my grade 5 year, while the teacher was handing out the waiver form that our parents had to sign, I ended up hearing one of the girls in the class say, "Oh my goodness, like I'm like a level like 10 swimmer. Like I'm actually like really good at swimming." And she started showing off to the entire class how good of a swimmer she was. Now you guys are probably thinking like, "Oh, this girl's a total jerk." Yes, but also no, because this girl was one of the most popular and well-known girls in the school. And not only that, but she was also one of the most attractive girls in the school back in my grade 5 year. Like, the amount of guys that were in grade 5 that also had a crush on her was insane. But like I said earlier, to be honest, this girl never really cared for me or noticed me because, well, I wasn't anything special or unique. Once again, I was just that basic dude. I remember when I got home that day though, I ended up walking up to my parents with the waiver form and I ended up handing it to them. And my mom saw this and she handed it to my dad, and my dad said to me, "Oh, Bubba, you're going swimming. You're gonna show everyone your special skills I taught you." I guess my dad took pride in teaching me how to swim, which, to be fair, all he did was just throw me into a pool and expect me to figure it out, which, I mean, I ended up doing, and he was there to save me, so nothing crazy there. But going on, I remember I ended up telling him, yeah, I mean, I'm excited to show everyone that I can swim. It'll be fun, I guess." And my dad looks at me signing the form saying, "Bubba, this is your time to show who you really are in the pool." Wait, what? At this moment, I was really confused on what he was talking about, but then when I went downstairs and turned on my Xbox to play Call of Duty, I started to realize that maybe he was right. Maybe this was my time to really show off that I was something in my class and not just some basic guy with glasses that just sat there and played video games and, well, didn't really do much with his life at the time. But still, it was my moment, and that's what I thought this would all be. So the next day, I ended up getting my swim trunks on, which were my favorite pair of green swim trunks that I had, and I went to school. When I got there, I remember everyone was wearing their swimming outfits as well, and everyone was just talking and, you know, basically saying what games we should play in the pool while we have break time. I was kind of just standing there thinking, okay, so what do I do first? Do I show them how fast I can swim? Do I show them how long I can hold my breath underwater? Like, I was just thinking, like, what's the most impressive thing to do? But I remember the teacher came in and we all ended up hopping on the school bus and we got to the pool. And once we got there, trust me, the thing that I did not expect to happen happened. Because I remember when we all got there, everyone just started jumping into the pool right away. And me, it takes me some time to get inside the water. Like, I know what you guys are saying, like, "Oh, like, you're just being a wimp and like just jump in like everyone else does." No, for me, I gotta take my sweet and peaceful time, okay? The water was cold, okay, bro? So I would like kind of like dip my toe in to make sure, you know, the temperature is just right for me to slowly go inside the water and just kind of nice and slow. You know what I'm saying? Like something more relaxing, because I don't want to put my body into shock when I jump into the water. But I remember as I'm like slowly dipping my toe in, one of the girls, which was actually the popular girl that I was talking about earlier, ends up walking up to me saying, "Bubba, are you like scared of going inside the water?" Huh? Oh, no, I'm not scared of the water. I'm just, you know, I'm just making sure the temperature's right and everything, you know, don't want to get myself a heart attack. Bubba, the water's just warm. It's fine. Just go inside. Oh, I will. Just let me take my time. But since she was pressuring me so much to like get in the water, I remember I ended up sitting on like the side of it and putting my legs in. But then this girl decides to go all out and she sees her friends looking at her, talking to me. And she, I guess, decides to push me inside the water as like a joke. I remember when she pushed me in, I got like a huge shock in my body and I started to freak out, not thinking straight, and I ended up not actually swimming as good as I was supposed to. So me, I'm kind of just going under the water, and no, this is not the moment where I almost died, because that's later on in the story. But basically at this moment, I didn't really like remember how to swim, I guess, since I was like so in shock of just getting pushed into the water by this girl specifically. And then my friend ended up coming in and just grabbed me out of the water, and he's like, "Yo, Bubba, you okay, bro? I thought you knew how to swim." What? Oh, yeah, no, I do. It's just I wasn't thinking. You didn't think how to swim when you were in the water? At that moment, I just sat there embarrassed, not really thinking straight, and honestly just really weirded out. But I remember like 20 minutes go by and the teacher started like basically making us all go to like the shallow end of the pool, and we all started like doing some like basic exercises that we needed to do. And as we were doing these exercises, I remember a lot of the class was looking at me from like what happened, but I didn't really care. I just tried to pretend that it never happened in the first place. But right as class was about to end, we had like an extra like 20 minutes of free time as well to do whatever we wanted. So a lot of my friends, they ended up starting to play games like Grounders and stuff, but then one girl, which was the popular girl, decided to play the game called Chicken. Now, if you guys don't know what the game Chicken is, basically it's when you hop on someone's shoulders and you have to, you know, basically try to push the other person that's on another person's shoulders off and into the water. So me, I usually would think, oh, like I played this game with my dad and my family before. Basically, I'm supposed to hop on someone's shoulders. Yeah, no, what this girl decided to do was put us into teams, and she ended up going on top of my shoulders. Now me, I didn't really like know like how to be like the base of like the game Chicken, so I kind of like, you know, started to worry. But this girl, she instantly went onto the side of the pool and said, Baba, come here, let me get on your shoulders. Okay. Now I should probably mention, back when I was in grade 5, I was like literally like 5'2", not even, maybe like 5'3" at most on my tippy toes. So I'm going to the side, putting her on my shoulders, and me and everyone start playing this game called Chicken. And you know, it was really good at first, but then there was this one battle with this other girl that was also pretty well known in my school, but not as hot and attractive as the other girl that was on my shoulders. We start, you know, versing them. And for some reason, I guess the guy that was like carrying the other girl was like slowly going towards the deep end of the pool. And I start to worry because me, I was only like 5'2". So as they're going towards the deep end, I start worrying like, okay, is this too deep? Is it not? And it got to the point where I am not joking. We went so far into the deep end that I basically was fully like submerged underwater. I remember I started to freak out and like bubbles started coming up, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I should probably move back. But as I tried to move backwards, I remember this girl's legs were like compressing my neck so hard to the point where I couldn't breathe. So I kind of just start like jumping, trying to like gasp for air like every once in a while so I could, you know, get some oxygen in. But then every time I would come up in the air and try to get some oxygen in me, I end up hearing the girl say, Baba, stay under there. I need to win. So I'm just stuck under there. And what this girl decides to do to make me stop jumping for air was to squeeze her legs even more towards my neck. So I'm like at this point full on drowning. Like I was not able to breathe. I was literally dying. And honestly, I think my face was almost purple. But as I'm like basically like dying, I remember there was a guy that was like across from me, which was the people we were versing. And he saw that I didn't have any goggles on and that I like wasn't able to breathe because he had goggles to see me underwater. So I remember what this guy ends up doing literally saved my life, because he ends up dropping the girl that was on top of him backwards, and he runs towards me and like basically does like a football tackle and brings me up into the air and starts holding me as if I was Fiona from Shrek. I remember he ended up carrying me to like the edge of the water and ended up putting me on the side of the pool. And me, I'm just coughing out all the water that I just inhaled from not breathing for so long. And he looks at me saying, yo, Bubba, you okay, bro? Like, I noticed your face was going purple, man. I started to worry. Yeah, I'm okay. I just couldn't breathe for a minute there. Bubba, you should really learn how to hold your breath. And at that moment, I just look at him and I just think, bro, I know how to swim. I know how to hold my breath. The two things I was trying to impress everyone for ended up not happening. At that moment, the teacher came out and we had to get ready to go to our next class back at the school. And well, I was super embarrassed because everyone called me the guy that almost drowned. And like, yeah, I went into the pool thinking that I was going to show off my new skills that my father taught me from becoming a swimmer, but nope, I was known as the guy who almost drowned. Great, dude. Love that. But if you guys do know how to swim, then follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.